these frontliners, and I would say it works just about fine. Just that going for dives, they just have to be a little bit more careful because mobility-wise, of course, you gotta make sure that everything is gonna be clear for you to set foot forward.
Yeah, yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The last game for today, the decider game. As we start off with Yums trying to go in a little bit more aggressive with the Rome Arlot again, it seems. Yeah, after that last pick, considering that Gorgeous takes the deer off, definitely it's going to be a Rome Arlot. Now with this movement by Yums, I don't think he'll be able to go in as often as he would like. So he's probably going to play the similar strat as before, like along the river, going to lanes, and just stay around there.
Yeah, and this is going to be a steadier pacing that they're going to be playing overall. And they've probably already learned their lesson from the past game, right? Especially Cho could just easily hunt him out. So now you're already seeing the power of that Dira being so dominant against a Paquito. What exactly can he do when the lane is just shoved directly towards him? And now Sir Matt is hoping to shove Yumski back towards his side of the map instead.
Yeah, and now it's still like a 50-50. I guess it's because of the pressure, considering that this is the last game. But in the middle, Yums, luckily he's not pulled back somehow towards or underneath the turret, so he's okay for now.
Smart Omega. They will need to find ways to eventually skill into the mid game overall, and I guess like they will get what they wanted, but Sir Matt is just slightly late to the crab, so they won't be able to get that one underway. But the turtle is already up. You see how swiftly this time around Yudore Giants pay attention to the first turtle, not wanting this to go to the hands of Smart Omega. But the problem is, Gorgeous is already very low, won't be able to participate in this fight. Yums now drawing all the attention, also flickers away. Astral Recall now dropping on to get a little bit more of that vision, and eventually they will find ways to slowly chunk down the health bars. And yes, they will find Gorgeous, knowing that he's still hiding in the brushes.
Yeah, Astral Recall on point there to take out Gorgeous. Definitely the hero they need to target, but now speaking about target, Yumski is the next target. He overextended his stay, and did he just use the flicker inside the pit still? Oh man, did he? Yes! He used the flicker in the pit!
There wasn't a chance where he would be able to have enough to actually steal it away from that Foxia. I mean, guys got a red tree, man. Like, you're not going to be able to win that damage. And I think this is just the nerves really getting into the head of Yusuke, and now they are currently behind him from the EXP to the Rome. So Smart Omega can just confidently go around the map and just secure what they need for now.
I mean, these small little mistakes are scary for Yudore Giants because the opponent can really snowball. So they cannot afford to continue on doing these small little mistakes. But keep your eye at top lane. Looks like something's happening there. Ryota taken out by Gorgeous. So Gorgeous at least pulls one back because right now, Yudore Giants, they really need his tank shredderness.
Yeah, this Deeroff is pretty much occupied. Weird Dragon now lands on top of Yumski. Just preying on the weakened support, and there is just a lot to deal with over on the side lanes. This is one of the cause for concern because while they were putting the roamer a little behind, it is going to be the Paquito that is being zoned away as well. But they focus their attention onto this 1-1. They do have their Astral Recall, getting that vision. A snipe goes through, not enough to take down Sith.
Ooh, that was a close one though, but hey, who needs Sith if you have the rest of them? So Cram goes in, but Cram does not have the minions together with him, so it's gotta be careful there not to overextend himself. And so far, nice discipline shown by Smart Omega.
Yeah, I just love how things have been played out for Smart Omega. Very strategic, and it's just a matter of a usual rotation for you to just go for a certain dive, and they will basically rinse and repeat again so long as the Baxia is nearby. But with the turtle, of course, you will give a little bit more of that priority towards the objective. Zakuti now slowly hovers across, Sekis now getting themselves ready. They do get that vision, get a shot over on the side of Zach Cutie. But I don't expect this to be a dive as they go ahead to reset that turtle. No heavy commitment just yet.
Everyone's just waiting for the right moment. One pickoff and the turtle will be up for grabs. No one's really doing that split push thingy, so it's really all in onto the turtle for now. But we can see the movement here for Ryota. He is moving towards the top, so he's going to put a little bit more pressure onto the top lane, letting you do Red Giants think of should they go there. But it is still the turtle phase, so I guess it's not going to be a big pressure for you to Red Giants, but still, they went onto the top, not to allow Ryota to have a free farm moment there.
Not at all, and Sir Matt is just being occupied and will be rolling right through, trying to force their hands onto Sekis, but Sekis is a little bit too slippery, but will still be guarded by Ryota. Now looking for that hunt and will eventually dive right in, but Smart Omega way faster on their attempt on this turtle.
And now the turtle secured by Smart Omega, and now we're starting to see the gap. About 1,000 gold difference, but hey, it is still 6 minutes into the game, so anything can still happen. But Yudu Red Giants, at least they kind of stopped doing that small little mistakes. They're back to discipline mode. But for you guys, speaking about modes, get onto the game mode right now. Key in this key in your in-game profile icon in the settings, the redemption code, and tell us what you got.
Oh, I heard that it's actually a skin out there, so you guys want free skin? Go ahead and grab it. Well, too late. We're gonna go for a team fight. They do get a catch onto West, and Gorgeous is just shredding them apart. There is just no escaping for Sir Matt. He does have a little bit of a safety net under the turret just to have called as a refuge, but that itself is kind of a worrying sign for the side of Smart Omega that the trades would actually goes so well for Yudu Red Giants.
Oh, that Astro Record. That was a close one. If that landed on the Yumski, he would have been a goner.
Yeah.
Nicely evaded there. Woo.
Somehow he does have a hunch that the Navarro is somewhere around, so I'm glad that we see him jiggling his way through in order to make that escape. Now, stabilizing everything else, Yudu Red Giants have managed to also equalize after getting that pick. And over onto the top side, there's a little bit more of that open spacing, but there is going to be Sekis just getting in a little wander, and now getting a little focus fire onto her scram. Here comes Sekis. Should be able to dive right through. There you go. Sekis secures the kill. Looking for Sir Matt as well. Do they have the damage? Seems like the case, but the mobility is way too high to actually get their hands onto the Baxia. Now, a lot more of open room for them to secure themselves a turtle of their own.
Well, for some reason, Matt's retribution is on cooldown, not prepared for the turtle. So he was somewhat willing to give that up. And I guess with 2 turtles in that, that's okay. Probably he used it on something important as well, like the buffs. So yeah, I guess that's all right. But for Matt, yeah, without the retribution, he's just there, just walking by.
Oh, keep your eyes over on the top side, though. The Diref is on the hunt, looking for the Potato, and this is where Gorgeous tries to actually get the catch, but of course, it's just an easy dash out for Ryota. But from what we saw early on, this Potato has managed to secure a turret by having all that spacing, even despite having the Diref to be around, while, of course, the turtle was being attempted, but was quickly exchanged with another turret of their own. No buff hijacks at this point of time. A little too risky for Smart Omega.
Look at the mid here. Yudu Red Giants, they definitely want this turret, and it's kind of open for them. I'm looking at the rotation of Gorgeous as well. Like, he's going to put pressure onto the bottom lane. If he's left alone there, then Smart Omega may lose another turret, but definitely not going to give that easy to him. Other than that, it's going to be Skies just poking onto Crab. But if I would look at it as a whole right now, Smart Omega, they're starting to stick together a little bit more rather than spreading out.
Oh, they're going to actually get the catch over onto Gorgeous, but nobody's actually taking care of the top side. So this is going to be the second turret down. Yudu Red Giants, they will eventually be able to defend the bottom turret from crumbling. Though it is very brittle that any form of a minions that crashes right in will be able to just take it down. So Akito is already on his way working that one out. Meanwhile, Roar coming up next. Yumski in position. And I guess like over on Bomb side, the Zeros at work, but you're not going to be able to catch that Paquito. So there's a very good reason why that Ryota brings Sprint to this fight instead of bringing Flicker, because you can just easily escape just relying on your spells. And now, dives setting true on towards the purple side, and oh my word, Crab God falling low, gorgeous! Still managed to actually get the one in the back, and
Oh, Ryota?
having them belted down. Sir Matt could not find a way out, but Ryota finds his way back, looking for two. He might just actually get them all as well. They have to retreat. This ward is still up for anybody for the taking. Yusuke will guard it for now, while they will have three members to hunt out or should maybe crumble down the mid side. The Civ already at work.
Ryota smartly flanked and went in for the backline to secure that kill onto Zack Cutie. That kind of caught Yudu Red Giants off guard. But they know that Matt is not available, so they will start the Lord. But now Matt is back onto the battlefield. It's just a matter of whether Smart Omega can buy enough time, and yes, they will. They will go in.
Where the Dragon connects, but there's no follow at all. They're way too far away. Crab God was overzealous and oversteps his welcome. Now, a 4 versus 5. This is so daunting for Smart Omega. They need to continue to wither down their HP bars before anything can be done. Rita waiting on the wings. That is being stolen away. Doesn't really matter all too much at this point in time, but any form of gold that Rita can get, this could basically help them find their way through 1-1. And speaking of which, they are the ones that hunts out the carry, and West is down. I think they eventually have to let this one go, and the rest of Smart Omega, they've already left the vicinity.
Nice flank by Yudu Red Giants to sniff out West and take him out. Again, if they're able to take out the goal laner, obviously they cut out a lot of damage output out of Smart Omega, and that is where they will take advantage to take down the Lord. And not even having Matt there as the retribution holder is able to steal away the Lord. But now eyes onto Ryota. But Ryota, I mean, he is a Paquito, but okay, Skies is there. Ryota caught in between two members of Yudu Red Giants, and he is taken now.
Yeah, he just went into the halfway mark, and it's just 5 members that he has to cut through, so definitely there's no chance for him to be able to stay afloat. But from the side of Yudu Red Giants, one after another, especially with Lord marching from the top side, they should be able to get an inhibitor from this standpoint, or at least chunk it down low enough for them to eventually secure one, to get the one from the bottom side, and now the rest of Smart Omega being pulled towards the top.
Oh, the Lord still active there. Now Yudu Red Giants making the rotation to the top. The Lord goes down the moment they arrive, so this is the opportunity, or this is the moment where Yudu Red Giants backs off.
This is getting a little bit too out of control for Smart Omega as well. Like, of course, the snowball effect, especially once they do secure Laura, gives them so much of these empowered minion waves as well. So, with this form of the talking point which you brought forward from the get-go when we started off this matchup, they look too linear, and I think like Yudu Red Giants really took advantage of this composition where honestly, there is not too much of a threat coming from Ryota anyways. So they can just freely go in for these sides, but of course need to tread very lightly, because by any given moment that they do fancy a pickup onto this 1-1, a lot of damage is going to be out, and Zack Cutie, you can only rely on his damage when you are at a certain choke point for the ultimate to be channeled right through the entire team of Smart Omega.
Yeah, other than the one flag that Ryota did, we have not seen anything significant yet from Ryota. I mean, probably he's planning something. Probably he just needs time. Probably he will come up with like a insane split push or something. Because right now we can see he's like at the bottom lane. He's recalling back for sure, but okay, I guess not. Or maybe he's like kind of deciding like, does he want to go in for the split push or not? Because at this moment, Red Giants, they are still moving, and for him to show himself all alone is a big risk.
Definitely is a huge risk right now because their tournament lives are on the line. Winner gets to advance, and the losers of this matches will have to say goodbye. And I also look at possibilities. If they're going to be lacking in terms of damage, then maybe Cramgod can fit in an offensive item or so in order to at least have a little bit more of a power strike over on the backline if he does let a catch, but he can easily be bursted down as well. So I'm not too certain what exactly is the best approach. Smart Omega is just waiting, knowing that the Lord is still being challenged. And I think like they can basically have this full commitment. This Baxia is already out of the line, but slowly rolling right through.
Baxia!
And this might just be a chance. And it won't be the retribution over on side of Red Giants, but the rest of Smart Omega finds that golden opportunity, puts them onto the wall, and eventually
Sif
still surviving, and not longer the dive go through. But that is going to be a risky position. They will have to dash right across the slot. Still doing damage. Sek is buying time, and we need this Arlo on board. Where exactly is he? They will cut them right through. This is going to be a pick over on the mat. Not enough damage. We've got to look for Ryota instead. This is going to take a long time, but they are juggling right through. Waiter Dragon connects, but Sir Matt will dive right back into safety. They're just trying to juggle it out, and Senka still survives. How on earth are they doing this?
How on earth indeed? I mean, guys, he wasn't supposed to survive that. And it took like forever for Smart Omega to take him down, and after all that effort, nothing. They got nothing out of Sky.
It's just buying a lot of time, and out of all that sort of ruckus that they've created, they did manage to have that Lord to crash over the bottom side. No waves were being pushed, and I felt like that was quite a big win for Smart Omega in terms of how much more time they can actually stall. This is definitely going to go beyond 20 over minutes, but they say, I will not wait any longer. We will go in for a fight. Is Yumski tries to bait Sir Matt into this battle, and now the dive set right through. They're now screaming for their life. Immortality on Cramgod means that they will not be able to give much of a chase. So another 2 minutes before we have another contest for the Lord.
Oh. Immortality up, that means that for them to challenge or for them to protect the Lord will be even better. They can throw bodies in and the follow-up can happen. I mean, they have the follow-up potential. Look at the Skies as follow-up potential. Yumski, follow-up potential. Super Sif has follow-up potential as well. So for them to throw bodies, considering that they do have the immortality, I think that is kind of doable, but they need to do it really smart, not just throwing and burning the immortality and get nothing out of it.
I want to really take a look at the scoreboard as well as the itemization right now, because we already see like a Wind Talker up for the side of Bruno. It should be able to start melting out some of all these players of Red Giants. A little bit of a split push coming on, a 3-2 formation being set by YRG. Now, the calm before the storm sets in. I think they are looking for a dive. They will try to bait every member of Smart Omega to commit to the Lord, and maybe by then they can find a way to backdoor as well. So that could be one of the many angles that they could work with.
Ooh, right now, Red Giants, I guess they're just making their pencils felt and everywhere across the map. So Smart Omega is considering like, okay, do we really want to go for the Lord? Is this the right timing? But yes, they need to go for the Lord, no doubt about that. But it's just a matter of when. So now with the information that Matt got, he is there. He knows that Gorgeous has started the Lord. This is the signal for the rest of Smart Omega to come. So they need Rhoda to join them as well. Rhoda might go in for the flag since it's coming from the right side.
It's important for Cram to look for the most important target, and right now I'm thinking about the 1-1 that is going to really pose a threat to the front lines. Once the front lines are down, it's going to be way harder. Stormat now moves forward, and here comes the flank coming from Yoda as well, drawing the attention away. Some damage being chunked over the side of Yumski. But look at the top side of the wave. Somebody has to attend to it, and nobody has that attention span right now. Everybody fixates their eye over on the side of the Lord. Now, they do find themselves a target. The Lord is being let go, and they will pounce
Crab.
upon Crab God. Immortality being popped, and the flight is being scattered off. But Wes, he reveals himself, force the flicker, and this is where they turn
Matt.
it back towards Sir Matt. This
Oh,
might just
Matt.
be it. The golden opportunity for Yudo Red Giants to close it all out. Immortality pop. That is the Boxia God.
Oh, that is the one that they wanted down, and with the Baxia out, this is opportunity for Yudo Giants to get the Lord. And you know what really helped them is the fact that they still have the mid first turret up. So Smart Omega has lesser space to work with. But now Yudo Giants is going over the backline. They are trying to find the next target. Crab is in trouble. Crab will be the next one to fall to save. And Ray L trades it back with Yumski, but they lost the Bruno West instead, and that is even more important. Rhoda now in trouble, nowhere for him to go as the stun will hit onto him. This is the moment for Yudo Red Giants. Reverse sweep, come back, take home the ticket onto the next round. Smart Omega, thank you so much for playing, but it's the moment for Yudo Red Giants.
Yudo Red Giants carries another Malaysian flag to the Kohai Sea.